Good morning, Miss Renee. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Miss Vicki. I'm good.
That's good. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. A great weekend. A little bit less smoky.
Well, good for you because, boy, I tell you what, have we ever been smoky here? It's
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous how smoky we've been. Yesterday morning when we got up, it wasn't bad. But the night before, honest to God, we could hardly. And this morning, it's medium, but is it ever smell smoky? So when you go outside, it really catches in your nose. So anyway, I guess that's what we live with these days.
The smell here is a little bit less, but yesterday wasn't hazy. Today's a little bit more, but
night before last, you couldn't see. Like, you haven't been to my house yet, but the Fly Hills is right there. Like when you look out my kitchen window, just past the river is the Fly Hills. Couldn't even see the hills. That's how smoky it was.
holy. And, good morning, Jules. Jules is on here.
Darling Miss Jules. Good morning, Jules. How are you? Why can I not see my comments? There they are.
Okay.
So this morning, Miss Renee, we have a new question. Why on earth would you choose an online business at this stage of your life? What are the perks and the pitfalls? Do you have any comments about that?
I have a little bit of comments about that. Sometimes I don't know why I choose to do things. It's just the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
But in this case, I do know why I chose.
Okay.
So everybody's is a little bit different. But for me, I started because I'm slightly younger than my husband, not much. And he was forced into a mandatory retirement. And I thought he'd have a lot of fun at home without me. So I wanted to be at home too. So I could go on the boat and enjoy time with the grandkids. I wanted to travel. And I didn't want, not that he'd travel without me, but I didn't want to leave that as an option. So I checked this out and, I wanted to make a little bit of income and still have some flexibility. So I checked it out about 2.5 years ago. My husband did not agree with me checking out this business because he's still the old school. He has this idea that if you're not out manually working 15 hours a day, you'll never be successful. And I was kind of looking at the techie side, which is very new to me too. So he loved that I brought some healthy choices into the house. And that made him feel good. So I took it one step at a time for the last 2.5 years. I learned something new every day. And some days took me longer than others because I love the learning part. I meet people all over the world. I've been a coach now for over a year. And it's just something that I enjoy. I sparkle from, and at the same time, I'm increasing my retirement income. So as most of you know, I'm still working as a realtor. I have until the 16th of August left, and I can retire. And if I hadn't found this at my age now, my journey and path would be a lot different. So I'm able to retire, do this, and spend time with my husband. So I really got my wish, and who would have ever thought it could all be done in 2.5 years?
I know, that is the magic of it, isn't it?
And what about you?
Well, I had to write mine down because every time I get on here, I forget what I was going to say. So my life was actually quite full, and but I had this nagging feeling that I shouldn't neglect my primary worry, which was that we didn't have enough money for retirement. So this feeling, and along with that, I had a feeling that something was missing. So deciding to do this online business actually ticked off quite a few boxes for me. For example, I'm learning every day a new tech skill, which is amazing, I might add, how to use the various softwares. And Mr. Google, I discovered he can answer any question that you have or you ever may have. So that's a big plus. I now have an income stream that secures our retirement. And I've invested in our health also, which I'm really excited about. In my life so far, my favorite jobs were always coaching, riding and horsemanship instructor, quilting instructor, now mentor, and soon to be coach. Those have always been my favorite jobs. And now I get to do that full time, which I absolutely love. I'm not too old to be a riding instructor, but I could never ever stand there and be somebody who professed to know something without doing it. So I always had to be on my horse showing people what I meant. The perks, it's a business we can do at our age. When you're past hiring age, we usually have a little money. At this age, we usually have a bit of money saved up that we can invest in our own future. We're not dead yet, so we are capable of learning, even though many of us, like my slightly older husband, thinks not. Well, he's a problem. We realize that we are never too old to learn. Excuse me. We know that a job or a brick and mortar business will not provide a sustainable income. It often dies when you're done. Small business type ones. The pitfalls, I think the biggest one is that we do not learn our way around this computer world and phone quite as fast as those younger than us do. But we do get there. It's a techie world. And we're not too techie, so it's a little on the scary side in the beginning, knowing that we know nothing about this online world. We can't even run the remote or navigate Facebook properly. Another pitfall, it doesn't feel like the kind of, quote, work that we always believed, or we spent a lifetime believing we had to do in order to be successful. Online, what's that? How can you make money that way? Right? That's what my husband said.
Yeah.
I know. I want to smack him on the ear every now and again because he needs it anyway. Believing that you can build an income from home or anywhere that there is Wi-Fi without physical work. That's just a foreign thing, a foreign concept to people our age, right? We just didn't grow up that way. And once we reach this age, we usually cannot believe that we can achieve success in a world seemingly built for the young, for growing up with technology. But the bottom line is we actually can. It just takes a bit of desire, right? So,
well, and the one other thing is we don't expire. There's no time limit of when you learn this.
Exactly.
That's kind of a nice thing too, because sometimes I need a little more time.
Oh, exactly. And the apprehension, it's like you don't want to start because, oh my God, my mother throws her hands in the air and she says, well, I can't. Well, yeah, no, Mom, so long as you think that way, you're right, you can't. But if you're like you and I and you think, well, if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, we all get the same starting point.
I know it might take you a hair longer because, of course, you don't know where things are, but you will get there. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about the whole thing and realizing that it's not just for the young. We can do it too. And the good news is when we reach this stage of our life, we quite often have a little bit of money we can invest. And certainly that inherent knowledge that we can do anything.
Well, and that's true. But like you said, most of us have saved a little bit.
Yeah.
But if I want to do some traveling in that, I can't spend what I saved. So I can't get everything on my bucket list if I don't move it.
Have an income stream, right? Like, yeah. I agree.
And one little thing this morning, my husband gave me my morning kiss and coffee, which is beautiful. I look forward to that every day. But he also said to me, I'm really proud of you. And I said, for what? And he said, because you work so hard. And he is so grateful that even though he wasn't that fond of my choice here, he's right in there with me. He's very glad that we did it because, again, older people like us, sometimes we're a little stubborn with technology and new ways.
That's the way you want to put that, eh? Okay. We'll go with that. Okay. It certainly fits my husband because it's like, if I have to show him the same thing that I've shown him at least 100 times, and I know that the reason that he's not learning it is because he does not want to. And I
Yeah.
go, it's just not fair. You know, that's just not fair. Life's not
Mhm.
fair. Vicki, suck it up.
Yeah, put on those big girl panties.
I know, yes, we do. But you know, it means I keep learning more because of him, because he just won't. Oh, the old dog and the new tricks, you know. Anyway, that's our question for today. Of course, you all know that if you have another question, we're happy to answer it. We'll have another one for you next Monday. That's all for today, Miss Renee. Have a great week. What are you planning for the week?
I have a little bit of work. I have my mom's 79th birthday today, so we'll go have a nice lunch.
Awesome.
And we can't go out in any smoke or anything like that. So we'll have a nice lunch for her, so she'll be happy. And a little bit of finishing up real estate. That's my week.
Awesome. Well, have a great week, and we'll see you next Monday. Goodbye, everybody.
You too. Thank you. I think we lost.